Right, hi all. So this is my video number 11. All right, and in this video I'll talk on loop. All right, so it is an important statement, important process in doing programming. Whatever language that you use, loop if is very important. Okay, basically we have three type of looping. So I will explain to you what I mean by loop. You might have no idea what loop is. Basically we have three type of loop. While, we have while and condition here. All right, we have do while, and we have for. Now for this video, I think I have enough time to cover for while and do while. For I'll cover in the other video, or if not, then probably just while. Okay, for the while loop, just refer to your notes here. Okay, this the general format or the basic format of the while loop. So we must have, this is in the middle of your programming. Yeah, you may put it in the top or whatever it is, but somewhere in the middle of your programming. So the basic form is we have while followed by this open braces and close braces, and then we need some test condition here. So while, what is the test condition here, and then what is the body? So what does it do if when we execute the program that contain while, so what the programming will do is that we do all this process before while. All right, when the compiler found that word while, okay, then it will test the condition. If the condition is true, so anything in between the braces will be executed. If the condition is not true, then it will jump direct to the following statement after the braces. So you can see in here, first thing that when we do while loop, first thing the compiler do is that check the condition first. So if the condition falls, so it will not do whatever the statement in the while loop. Okay, so if you look at the flow chart of while loop, yeah, so this is the flow chart of while loop. We have while, okay, and then we do the test condition. This is while, do the test condition. If the test condition is true, then we do whatever statement, and then again check and do this statement, do the check. If the condition is false, then it go out of the while loop. So look at the general format that we have. Okay, we have while, test condition, and the body. If the condition is false, it jump out of that. If the condition is true, then the whatever statement in the body of the loop will be executed. So compare with that the flow chart. So you can see here the test statement there. First thing, we goes to while, test statement. If this is true, then do whatever statement is, and then again test the condition. And then if the expression or the test condition is wrong, then it go out of the for while loops. Okay, then let's see some of the example. Very simple example. Okay, I always advise you, once we learn something new on the process, because this is your first time doing programming, I believe. So there are many things that you don't really understand. Even if I say loop, the looping process. You might not understand those things, what I mean by loop. So I would advise you to always, for this such a simple program, go to your computer, use your laptop or whatever it is, and try to write a simple program like this, so that, and play around with the numbers. You play around with the numbers, see what happens, and try to understand the flow of the of your programming, why the outputs come up like that. Okay, so for this case, if you write the programming, this is of course just part of the programming. So if you want to write this as a programming, so what you need to do is, of course, you need include IO, include math, and main put in bracket, and then you need to put the braces, and then you need the declaration statement. So what you want to declare, in this case we have only one variable, which is integer, so just we declare I as an integer, count as an integer. Okay, you declare count as an integer, and then you give the initial value to counts. You give the initial value to counts 1. Play around with this. If you put 0, what happened? Okay, if you put 0, what happened? If you put 10, what happened? Play around. Now then we go to the looping process. Now look at this, how this thing working. Look carefully. Now I would say the old value of counts, which is we gave it earlier, now the value of count is 1. Okay, the value of count is 1. Now when the execution process found this while, so it's checked whatever condition there. So now counts, old count now is equal to 1. 1 less than 3. This is true. Alright, 1 less than 3 is true. So then it goes into the loop, and then prints hello. And I put down, so next line is put write the line after that. Okay, and then they count, increase the count by 1. Okay, so counts, earlier you got 1, now count is 2. Count is 2. Then it goes back. Okay, it goes back. Now this is what we call loop. It goes back and then check for the count. 2 less than 3? Yes. Then print again. Hello. And then increase counts. Another one. So 2 plus 1, you got 3. Now counts now equal to 3. 3, you go back up there, check for the condition 3 less than 3, which is wrong. Okay, 3 less than 3, which is wrong. So now that condition is false. When the condition false, it goes out, no more prints of hello. Okay, go out of those braces and do whatever process down there. Okay, so maybe you want, if you write this program, maybe you want to print count. So you can print count here, print counts, and then that's the end. Now you can see here, as we have done this part of the programming, we have printed hello twice. All right, we have printed hello twice, and because of that end, sorry, my video is a little bit shaking. No problem. I don't have a holder. Just hold it with my hand. So you can see here hello and hello here. We print it twice. Okay, so this is the explanation, just what I explained to you. So look at another example here. Look at another example. So in this example, what we do here, repeatedly double the number 2, so the output become like 2, 4, 8, 16, all right, and prints the resulting numbers as long as they are less than 100. Okay, but the continuation of that programming, no, that's the end of it. Okay, now let's study this thing. So we define or declare x and give it value 2. Now x has a value 2. Now we do the check while x less than 100. Now x, the value x is 2, less than 100, which is true. Okay, true. Then we print x. Okay, print x. So print x here. So if you write the output, it's become like this. Okay, front become like this. Is the output of this programming. So we have that prints. Now the value of x is 2. So x now is 2. X is 2. This is the prints. Okay, and then we increase that x twice, multiply by 2. So 2 by 2 is 4. Okay, 2 by 2 is 4. Now then the execution will meet with that close braces. So it goes up there. Check whether this new x, which is 4, less than 100. Yes. If it's true, then print x. So what is the x value x now here? Value x now is 4. Alright. And then we have n there, so which means it goes down. So then the next value is 4. Okay, this is the value of x. Then increase those value. Yeah, double it. So 4 by 2 is 8. Check whether 8 is less than 100. If it's true, then print that. So we have the value. We have the value 8. Alright. And the process continue. The process continue until x or until that condition is not satisfied anymore. So if you want to know how many times, let me put this. Yeah, how many times the looping process is the looping process is doing. Now you can do that by probably you can put something like count here. Count equal to count plus 1. Then in that case you need to give the initial value count equal to 1. Yeah, count equal to 1. So when it's come to here, then if print counts 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, then you know how many times the looping process will be carried out. Okay, so that's for while loop. So this is what I mean by looping. So it means we can do the same statement again and again and again, depend on the condition. If the condition is true, we do that statement. If the condition is false, then go out of that statement. Let's see some more example. We have many examples here. This is another example. So what do we do here? Okay. So in this example, we still use while. You need to declare, of course, I equal to 1. You need to declare sum. Okay. And then while I less than or equal to 20, scan the value A. Alright. Then do the summation. And then add or increase I by 1. So without, if you don't read all this statement down up here or down here, can you guess what this programming or part of the programming do? Okay, so what you do is that we do the sum of 20 numbers. So I equal to 1. So 1, 2, 3, 40 up to 20. Where the input is up to us. Yeah, the input, the number, those 20 numbers is up to us. You can put randomly 2, 10, 20, 4, 5, 1, negative, or whatever it is. Then it will give the sum. Okay, and each time it goes into this while, you need to you need to input the key in the input. You understand? Okay, so let's do this. I won't do up to 20, just 2 or 3. I think that's enough. Yeah. So while I equal to 1 less than 20, which is correct. Now scan, you know what scan is. So which means the cursor, when you compile the program, you execute the program, the cursor will wait for you to enter the value A. Okay, let's say you enter what? Let's say you enter 2. The value A. You enter 2. This is the value A. Okay, that A. And then sum, initial value of sum is 0. This means this is sum, this is just equal to sum plus A. So now sum 0 plus A. I put it here. Sum is equal to sum plus A. Okay. The initial value for sum or old value for sum is 0 plus A. A is the one that you key in, that which is 2. So 0 plus 2, you got 2. So the values of sum now 2. All right. And then increase I by 1. So 1 now, the value of 1 now 2. It goes up there, check 2 less than 20. Yes, then the computer will ask you another value. You put the value, let's say 4. Okay, let's say 4, and then see what happened. And then sum is equal to sum plus A. Now sum, this statement sum is sum equal to A. Your value of A is 4 now. Sum 2 plus 4 become 6. The easiest way to find the output is probably you can put in term of table. You have sum, you have A. Okay, first thing, sum, the value of sum is 0. The value of and then you need I as well. Okay, I is 1, sum is 0. Then do the checking. I less than, so 1 less than 20. You put the value of A, which is 2, and then do the summing process. 2 plus 0 is 2, and then increase 1 by I by 1, you got 2, and then check whether 2 less than 20, which is 3. Then the C will ask you another value for A. Let's say you put 4, and then perform that process. So 4 plus 2, you get, that gives you 6. Okay, and then add the value I, 3, check I less than 20. Yes, they ask another value for A. Let's say you can put A, and then do that process again. Now A plus sum plus A, that 14, so that's the value 14. Okay, and then increase I 4, and then again the C will ask you another value of A. You can put, let's say 5. Okay, and then do that process, sum plus A. Sum is 14 plus 5, so get 19, and the process continue until you have 21. I equal to 20 and 21. 20, for the 20, it still execute whatever there, but for the 21, you check 21 is greater than 20, then it goes out of that loop. Okay. We have another example here. So what do we do here? Generating a natural number using the while loop. So this is full program. We define n and I, give the initial value to I. Then this is the kind of message to the user, us, you, and I enter the upper limit of number. You can put in 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever it is, because you scan any number, and so the compiler or the cursor will wait for you until you key in the value, whatever n is, and then check I. Initial value of I is 0, then we will do this, that, and then I increase I by 1, and then do the checking, then print I. Oh, okay, print I. So what is the value of I here? You got first I is 0, so 0, next I is 1, next I is 2, 3, 4, 5, until the value of n that you key in. Okay, so that's the output. The explanation is there. If you don't understand my explanation, you can read from here. If you don't understand here, refer to my explanation. Just the same things. My explanation using my own language, and this explanation using a book language. Little different, right? Which one do you prefer? Okay, another example here. Okay, we try to explain the output. You need to understand everything here. So this is the main program. Sum, we declare I equal to 4, sum equal to sum1 equal to 0. This is sum1 is just a variable, which is integer. And then we do I think missing something here. So I guess because we need I minus, so I guess the initial value of I is 4, so I guess I must be greater than 0. So the condition, you change this condition, should be I greater than 0. It must be in form of condition. If just I, so I don't think it's working. Okay, so I less than 0, then prints all I, in this case, which is 4. Okay, print 4, and then sum 1 plus equal I minus. What does this mean? If you remember, we have a decreasing of I. Either we put it after I or we put it before I. What's the difference? We put it I means we do the process first, then we decrease I. If it before I means we increase I first, then we do the process. So in this case, we do the process first, then we do the decrement of I. So we print that we have this sum. This should be sum1. Okay, the variable names sum1. Sum1 is equal to sum1 plus I. This is all I, which is in this case I is equal to 4. So 4, sum is 0, so the value of sum1 is 4. And then decrease I. Okay, decrease I. Having done that, it prints the new I. So the new I, you can see here the decrement of I is somewhere here. You can put it somewhere here. So before that line, the value of I is 4. After that line, the value of I is 3. Now print new I. This new I is 3. And then sum is 0 plus 4 is 4. So means you have the output there is new I is 3 and here is 4. Next you have 2 here. Here is 4 plus 2 6 plus 3 7 and so on. Okay, the process is carry on like that. Okay, we have so many examples here. I think enough. You can read yourself for this. Calculate y x to the n, y to x to the n. So we need the initial value. So the important thing is how do you do this process? How do you do this process? Y to the power of n. So in C, to write y equal to, what is it? X to the n. You can write if you have the value x, you have the value n, then you can just write y equal to x times n. But doing this, you have no loops. If you want to do it as loop, means you can put whatever n you want to check. Am I correct? I think so. Yeah, you can put the whatever value of n there, and then you can do the looping process. So that y is equal to x to the n. So look at this. Is it true? So it counts float xy, enter the value of x and n. So scan. You can see here scan x and n. So we enter the value of x and n. We give the value y equal to 1. So what this program doing? Then we have y equal to y times x. So means that it's multiplied the x each time we do the loop. We do that. So y times x and a new times x, so up to n. So you have basically x to the power of n. And yeah, we have the value of x to the power of n. Okay, so you can do this. This is by doing looping, or since you have the value of x, you also have the value of n. You can just write basically easier way is x times n. So just the same meaning. Or you can do this is by doing the looping process. Okay, so that's the output. I think I have to. Do I have to stop here? No, just one more page. Let me finish this. So for do while loops, this is the second loop. We have 3 loops. If you remember, we have while, we have do while, and we have for. All right. For do while loops, the general format is like this. We have do, the body of do, all right, then the condition. So the difference between this and the previous one, the condition is on the top, and for this case, the condition at the bottom. So which means for the previous case, the condition will be checked first, then it goes into enter the body of the loop. Whereas in this case, it goes into the body of the loop first, then check the condition. So which means in this case, somehow the body of the loop will be doing. Okay. Now that's the explanation. That's as I explained just now. This is the flowchart of do while, and then example program. Okay, you see the example program. Do, we have those bracket, and then prints, count, and while. So look at the format of this. So we have do while down here. So the process is that we do all these things, prints, and do the counts, and then checking. At the count less than 4, if it's true, then go up again, doing the same process, increase count. Now count is 2, and do it again. Check count is 3 less than 4. Do again. Now count equal to 4. 4 less than 4 is not true. Then out of that condition. See what happened in this case if we put count equal to 0 here. And compared to the previous case, you put while up there and put count equal to 0. What are the difference? What are the difference? So I leave it to you to do all those checking. Hopefully you can understand more. So I think that's all for the while and do while. The rest is just the you can read this thing. I have explained to you all this thing. And we also have in this example here, we have the condition, we have more than one condition. Here in this case, or. Alright? If sum less than 25 or I less than 10. Any of this true, then the output of this true, then as long as this is true, this condition will be executed. This condition will be done. Okay. Just for that, and it's end up with this example of flowchart and pseudocode to do the add a series of user entered numbers, and the program should display the sum and terminate when the user enters 0. So in this case, look at that. So what does it mean? So it means that we do the program. In this case, we do the program. Then you enter the value, whatever it is. Let's say 2, 3, 4, 5. So the programming will keep on summing all this value, that the one that you put, until you put a 0. You put a 0, then the compiler or the C code found that 0, check it is 0, then it's go out of that. So no matter how many times, no matter how many numbers you put in, it just add up. So yeah, the flowchart and the pseudocode is here. Can you do the programming for this? See, it won't take you long. Try it now. If you keep it and do it later on until you don't understand everything, and you forgot all of those things, you lose the ability of doing the programming, then you are in big trouble. So start from the easiest problem so that you can get used to it. Get used to the programming, get used to the instruction of the programming, how to do simple programming, and then you can expand. Okay, so with that, while and do while loops, there are some similarities, there are some differences as well. You can, of course, either you want to write using while, or you can use do while. Either one you can do, basically. You don't have to do both, just need to do one of them. In the program you just choose one of them, or you can use just 4 that we are going to I'm going to give in the next video. Okay, for now I thank you. We meet again in my next video. Thank you. Bye.